This episode on the Bullish Engulfing Candlestick chart pattern is going to save you hours of development time. I can't wait to show you, so check it out. The Bullish Engulfing Candlestick chart pattern is a super popular little candlestick pattern that many traders love to use, particularly the ones I've built trading bots for. The first time I had to figure out how to build it in code took me hours, and I wanted to create a simple way to save you hours of time and do it yourself. It'll take you 3 minutes, so let's get into it. There's a few things you need in order to complete this episode. First, you need to have a MetaTrader 5 terminal up and running. That's so that you can drop your expert advisor in and see the fruits of your labor. Secondly, you need to have the basic functions ready in an expert advisor. So that's your OnInit, DInit, and OnTick functions. I provide everything else. Thirdly, you don't need this, but I really recommend you check out my episode on building your own AI-powered MetaTrader 5 development environment. As you'll see in the episode that's coming up, it saves you tons of time when it comes to developing your own trading bot, so it'll just help you out. Anyway, let's get into the code. You can see here that I've already pre-filled this expert advisor with the basic functions that you need in order to make it work. We've got our OnInit, OnDInit, and OnTick functions. Now we're going to go ahead and add in our Bullish Engulfing candle. So let's do that. We'll start by creating a little function here for it. Call this the Bullish Engulfing detector. And if you have a look on my GitHub, you'll see that I've included the link to the Investopedia page that talks about it. We won't use that for this episode. And then we'll fill it out. So we want it to be a boolean, which means it's going to return true or false. So whatever values we give it, it's going to either return true if it detects a bullish engulfing candle, or false if it does not. And all of the values that we're going to pass it are doubles. If you've been watching this channel for a little while, you'll know that I vary between putting in these actual values here, or sometimes I allow the function to be able to detect them itself. It's totally up to you which way you go, just make sure that you're consistent. The reason I've done this is because in the next episode I'll be talking a little bit more about how to advance this and actually be able to detect a change in the direction of the market using this particular little candlestick pattern. So it makes sense for this particular function to pass it these values. All we're doing is we're passing it the open of the most recently closed candle and then the candle before it, and the same thing for the close and the next close. First thing we'll do in this particular function is to check that the last candle is bullish. If it is not, so if the last close is less than or equal to the last open, then it's a bearish candle, so we want to just exit the function and return false. We also want to make sure that the second to last candle is bearish in order to get that beautiful candlestick pattern. So let's do that. And we do pretty much the opposite. So if the second to last close is greater than or equal to the second to last open, then we're going to return false. Now we're going to check if the last candle engulfs the second to last candle. So we'll do that by checking if the last open, I'll just delete that. If the last open is less than the second to last close and the last close is greater than the second to last open, then it has technically engulfed it. However, we also want to go one step further, and to do that what we'll be doing is we'll be checking that the size of the engulfing is greater than some multiplier. And that can be useful, for instance, if you want to check if your candle is 50% larger or something like that. Here you can see that what we do is we go the last close minus the last open is greater than 1.5 times, so that'd be 50%, the second to last close and the second to last open, and we return true. Now we could leave it just like this, but I always prefer to put in variables in order to make this, maybe you want to calculate 60% or 40% or 20%. Completely up to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to actually be an input variable. So if we go up here and we add in our input variables, and we want to input double candle size multiplier, and we'll make it a default of 1.5. But if you're using this code, you can obviously change that in the settings of your expert advisor to be whatever you want. You can come down here, and make it a candle size multiplier. Let's save that. Finally, we want to be able to have a default condition for this function that returns false if it doesn't detect anything. So to recap, what we've done here is we check to make sure that our last candle is bullish, Our second to last candle is bearish. Then we have a look to make sure that it's engulfing, and then we add a multiplier to our engulfing so that we can make it whatever size we want in order to get the values that we want. Finally, we'll just print our values here of what's going to happen when we calculate it. So first we need to get the previous candle data. We use the IOpen function to get that. IClose to get our close values. And now we're going to do a check. So if bullish engulfing, adding in these values, last open, second to last open, last close, second to last close, print it. Otherwise, print that nothing was found. Let's compile that. Great, no issues, no warnings. We can open it on our MetaTrader 5. And if we go down to here, open up our YouTube, refresh that, add it in here. You can see here, that's where I can add in my multiplier. And away we go. Now my market's currently closed, but if you add this while the market's open, you'll be able to see it in action. In the next episode, like I mentioned before, I'll actually be going through and showing you how to make this even more advanced by detecting an actual turnaround in direction using the engulfing candlestick chart pattern. I'll see you there.